Okay, so we're back with part two right now. We're going into the second version. So what we did before was kind of like a very basic version of coloring. Now we're going to do a more advanced one. And to do that, I'm just going to show you one thing real quick so you can understand this concept. When we look at some of these objects, they start off with like a couple different shades, and you'll see what I mean in 1 second. So I'm going to use the color picker. When I go to the top of this apple, it's a very bright green. But once I go to the side of this apple and towards the bottom, it's a much darker green. So how do you make that fade where it's a dark green kind of fading to this much lighter color? Here's how you do it. So you want to keep our picture small like we had before. You want to go to the magic wand. And on the magic wand, we want to select the object. So I'm going to start off by just selecting this apple right here. Once I have this apple, I'm going to go to my color picker and I'm just going to kind of choose my middle, and they give me a couple different variations of this. And when I say variations, all that means is just a couple different like shades of this color. I'm going to go for this like brighter shade right here, and I'm going to paint it over this. And watch how I do this because it's very specific. I'm going to go to the brush. I'm going to make my brush big and soft just so I can cover a lot of area. It's a good size, and all I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom in and show you, is just start to paint. And I want to make this much bigger so that it really kind of like sits in there. Now, one of the beautiful things about the program is that you can very quickly and easily get like some good shaded objects by just adding in different colors. When you use the magic wand, it creates boundaries on the object so that you don't kind of overdo it and you don't like color outside of the boundaries. A beautiful thing about this too is that you can just pick different colors and add variations to it to make it look more three-dimensional. So here's my next one where I'm adding this on top. And then if I really want to, I can add in just like a white highlight here somewhere. Maybe it's like right here. And if I press Control D, look at that apple. So look at this one compared to this one right here. The variation and the amount of like three-dimensional look that it has is very different, and that's one of the things that we really want to work on with this. Just to add a little bit more, I'm going to just kind of throw one in here. And the other thing about this is you can freestyle paint too. You don't have to just stick with inside the boundaries. You could just kind of like take your brush out, make it the size you want to make it, and start to paint. The only thing that I would just remind you is like as you're doing this, you want to try to like just be a little mindful, make your brush soft so that it doesn't get kind of out of the way or just get all over the place. So keep it subtle, keep it soft. Ooh, this is looking a little too dark for me. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna decrease the flow of this. And just try to get it to work the way I want it to. And I'm just kind of lightly adding this in here. So as we're looking at this, it looks like a very different apple, and that's really what we want to do. I'm going to show you one more time with one of the lemons. So here's how you do it with the lemon. I'm going to click on this, and it's going to give me a bunch of variations of the color. I'm going to choose this very kind of like bright yellow because we already have kind of a dark yellow here. I'm going to go to the magic wand. I'm going to select my object. I'm going to use my paintbrush. I'm going to make it big. And I always look at the reference image to see like what it looks like. But if you look at it, there's a yellow that's a little bit brighter and it gets darker around the edge. So I want to try to recreate that with mine. So all I'm doing is just painting in here. And if you look, you can kind of see that it's a little bit darker on the bottom half. But let's really bring this brightness up. I'm just going to make it like a nice brighter yellow. And then I'm just going on top just like this. Yeah, there it is. All right, and then when you look at that, let's deselect. You see the difference from this one to this one. It looks like there's a light source that's happening. So that's the basic idea, and that's what we're trying to do. Please review this video and watch this if you're like, wait, how do I do this? I'm not sure, but this is a very simple way to apply color throughout your whole image. And that's it.